Hello and welcome back to the PES 2018 Master League with Newcastle United. Apologies for the lack of uploads recently, just with general life getting in the way. That and it being the Easter period, so I hope everyone had a good Easter and all of that sort of generic carry on. Speaking of generic carry on, we shall be battering on through the season with Newcastle. We have 2 games to play today against Crystal Palace away and Watford at home. In between the two of those we have the Champions League group stage draw, which is very exciting. And we will end this episode with the last day of the transfer window, including, but not limited to, the suggestions from you fine, beautiful and lovely people. We will get to all of that guff eventually, however, because we're going to just dive straight into the first game of this episode against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace lineup of Romagnoli, Dan, Delaney, Riedewald, Debussy, Sermon, Cabaye, Townsend, Zaha, Loftus-Cheek and Connor Wickham. Where we have our usual lineup, except Lautaro Martinez is going to get his first start ahead of Kuma Babacar. Just to see what he can do, really. I have no ill will against Babacar. He's an absolute genius, a scholar and a gentleman. Although I've spent a good chunk of cash on this lad, so I want to see what he can do. So our second game of the season, our first game was against West Ham and it was a scrappy 1-0 win. Let's hope for a more complete performance today, shall we say, against Crystal Palace. And let's be honest, if they have Connor Wickham up front, then we should have absolutely nothing to worry about. A sold out Selhurst Park, who would have thunk, for our first away game of the season, as Kieran Clark leads us out. It's a game that we should be winning, especially if we're with the amount of money that we pumped into this squad, and there's still time to spend more money and bring in more players, which we will hopefully do. But that is in the future. For now, we will look forward to getting the 3 points in this game against Crystal Palace as they kick off. No hanging about. Martinez holds it up well, plays it out wide for Jeffrey Schlupp. And the overlap in towards Burke. Oh, if he hadn't cut his hair today, then he would have scored that. Just over his head. Townsend. He's taking the piss. It's Connor Wickham. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. This is what happens when I open my mouth. Connor Wickham, who I completely forgot was not only was a footballer but knew what a football was. It's been that long since he kicked one of the bloody things. Has gone and put Crystal Palace ahead. That's embarrassing. That's very embarrassing. Right, let's pretend that didn't happen and go and score 19 million goals, please. Because, yeah. Connor Wickham. What? Neves. Right, wide for Yedlin. They've already gone defensive. That's annoying, which means they're going to be even harder to break down. Here's Neves. Can't find Marino. That's a power pass. Oh, it's going to be one of those games, is it? Here's Marino to Martinez. Looks for the run of Burke outside him. It's Oliver Burke, and it's just wide. Oh, please don't be one of those games, please. There's Townsend. Loftus-Cheek, lovely flick. Wickham out wide for Riedewald, who's going to get a nosebleed from being that far forward. Gets it across. Wickham's there, and Alves has to make a save. Connor Wickham has been more potent than any of our big money strikers, or any of our big money signings in general. That's worrying, to say the very least. Ball in from Cabaye. Oh god, it's not. It's just get it away, away. That's not away exactly. Sermon. Good tackle by Marino, and now can we break out with Shelvey? There's a slight kick clash here on my screen, and it's a little bit annoying. Maybe I should have just gone with the blue. But here's Shelvey striding forward, still striding forward, still striding forward, until he stopped by. Is that Damien Delaney, of all people? Don't give a free kick. Come on, ref. You are no crack. He's still got space to run into Yedlin. He's going. Go on, son. Feeds Cornet. He looks to play it across. He's offside. He's offside. For the love of... Or is he? That's contentious, to say the very least. Linesman, I think you've got that wrong, good sir. Shelvey delivers. There's the header from Burke. Can we keep this? Yedlin, you are quicker than Andros Townsend. I believe in you. He gets to the ball first. Here's Neves, I should say. Now, Shelvey. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. And Lautaro Martinez gets his first goal. I am very pleased with that. Shelvey's little dink ball in to Marino and Martinez. That is a very, very tidy finish. What a way to get your first goal for the club, and we desperately needed it as well because we have been playing absolutely appallingly. Take that, Connor Wickham, you chub. Yeah, I said it. Cornet, that's going to go out. And that's going to do it for the first half. A half which we did not at all play well. But we managed to get back on level terms just before the break. So we look to build on that in the second half. And Martinez. Shelvey. Stopped by Loftus-Cheek. Now Wickham. It's Connor Wickham! Jesus Christ. Or whichever deity you prefer. Well, it is Easter time. He spins, and look at this, he's completely unopposed, no one goes to him, and he's made Neves look an absolute idiot. And that's just wide. We're going to make a change. Marino's going to come off for Abdul Rahman, who's going to play in behind Martinez. Former Palace man comes striding out to Yedlin. Abdul Rahman. He's going to have a go. Abdul Rahman! Oh, that's probably further away than I think it is. But that's very positive. Plays it inside. Opens up the space for himself. Has a go. And, well, shows about as much as you'd expect. Time for another debut as Pion Sisto will replace Maxwell Cornet for the last 10 minutes. The new number 7 at Newcastle. What can he do? Now Yedlin. Slow build up. We just want to keep hold of the ball. That's the important thing. Now Sisto. Who's this Lungu character? He's got a bit of pace about him. Now we're in a bit of bother with Wickham. He's knackered though, so it should be fine. It's not though, because he's found Riedewald. Inside for Cabai. We are looking very stretched at the back until Alves comes and collects, and that's probably going to do it. As he smacks it upfield, and that will do it. That is a disappointing game for you and for me. Did not play well at all. I'd say we deserved to take a point from the game, but apart from that, we really didn't create an awful lot. Still very early days, only 2 games into the season, but we sit 8th in the table. Brighton, Southampton and Everton in the bottom 3, but again, means absolutely bugger all. How are the newly promoted teams going? Sheffield Wednesday 15th, Sunderland 14th, and Wolves 10th, with Chelsea at the top. So the Champions League draw has just been made. Oh, I was hoping for like a proper draw, but anyway. Where are we? Group G. Oh my word. Well, isn't that just brilliant? We have Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, then it's us, and then Steaua Bucharest. Okay, that's not exactly brilliant. Who else? What other mad groups are there? Group B is quite nice. Group C. Oh, Group F. That's a mental group. And Group E. I tell you, they're all mental. It's the Champions League. Of course, they're all going to be mad. But that is our group. Group G with Bayern, Atletico, and Steaua Bucharest. Oh god. Gonzalo Higuain has just won the UEFA Best Player in Europe award. Not bad for a fat lad. Well done. Well done. He's not fat, obviously. It's just a media perception. Don't fat shame. It's not good. And while we're here, we might as well have a wee look at the Europa League group draws as well. Feel free to just pause it whenever you see your team. Chelsea are in it. That's our Manchester City. What the? Oh yeah, last season was mad. So yeah, that is the draw for the Europa League. Again, just feel free to pause it whenever you want, but we won't be paying too much attention to that. Obviously we'll have a look and see who wins it, but our focus is of course the Champions League. So once again, I put the call out in the last episode for you guys to suggest players for us to sign, and this lad's name popped up quite a bit. Cengiz Ünder from Roma, 21 years old, 77 rated. What is he going to cost me? 8 million market value with no release fee. We said we could do with a naturally left-sided player. We did sign Pium Sisto, who can play on the right, but rating drops down to around a 71 or so if I play him in a left wing forward role. So Under might not be a bad way to go. So we will put in a bid for him. Thank you very much for all of your suggestions. There were loads and loads of suggestions. Martin Odegaard again came up a lot. You guys really seem to want me to sign him. But I've tried to sign him and there seems to be no interest from them to sell or for him to come to us, but we will try again. And we're still going to go back in for Ryan Sessegnon because you're being a bit of a pain in the arse now. We'll try one more time, and if he doesn't go then he clearly doesn't want to play Champions League football. So Ryan Sessegnon will go back in for you. Who else? There were loads of suggestions. Thank you very much for everyone who suggested. There's a lot of players who I've either gone for before, like Joel Campbell, who didn't, and the contract negotiations broke down, or the transfer negotiations broke down, I should say. Who else has been like, so Dele Alli and Jamie Vardy have been requested, but Dele Alli is not the most realistic. I do like to keep an element of realism in my saves. Plus Dele Alli, he would cost way too much money and he probably wouldn't come anyway. Also, this young lad, Ben Woodburn, was suggested to me. 72 rated, 19 years old. You can get him relatively cheap. He's got a 3.5 release fee, which is less than his market value. I wouldn't mind getting some young talent into this squad. I was going to say young English talent because, you know, Newcastle are an English club. But he is Welsh, so that's close enough because Wales is essentially England. So we shall, yeah, why not? We'll bring him in. We need depth anyway, so we'll look to bring him in. So on to our second and final game of this episode against Watford at home. Again, same lineup as we usually play, except Fabian Schär is going to come in for his debut for Kieran Clark, and Martinez is going to keep his place up front after he scored in the previous game. Against the Watford team of, if I remember rightly, they have Hector Bellerin, and that was annoying and ridiculous, and I got really upset about it. Let's see if they still have him. A team of Gomez, Harry Maguire, Yunus Kabul, Daryl Yamat, Bellerin, there he is for reasons, Tom Cleverley, Etienne Capoue, Andre Carrillo, Kiku Feminia, Roberto Pereira, and oh my Christ, they have Michi Batshuayi. Jesus, this Watford team's ridiculous. How is this a thing that's happening in virtual life? Alright, well, we'll just have to contend with that and its ridiculousness and just press on. A grey, misty, drizzly St James's Park, which is not inaccurate, because every time I've gone to St James's Park, it has either been, even on a sunny day, it's been overcast and bloody freezing. There's Fabian Schär, who has the captain's armband for reasons. He will be making his debut. A win would be great to round off this episode, especially against a mental Watford side who could pose a bit of a threat, especially with big man Batshuayi up front. So we shall just have to see what we can do. But I believe, I do believe I have. It's it's the faith that kills you. It really does. The good thing about this is now that we can actually see our players without having to squint. I know that's bloody reminiscent of the Alex Ferguson excuse when United played Southampton many moons ago, but genuinely true. Genuinely true. Not just because we were crap on the day. Well, we were. But anyway, getting off topic as Watford come forward. And here's Batshuayi, and here's Pereira, and here's Batshuayi, and oh my god. Oh my word. Michi Batshuayi has scored for, yep, Watford. Do not adjust your ears. Oh, we cannot start games, evidently, as Batshuayi, who I should have tried to sign. Why didn't I do that? I don't think we got a touch of the ball. Did we have kickoff? Because that's really embarrassing if we've just conceded from essentially kickoff as Batshuayi. That's a really tidy finish past Diego Alves. And it's 1-0 to Watford. Bloody hell. It's a bit of a step up from Troy Deeney and Ben Watson scoring bangers against you right enough. So, you know, I'll take Batshuayi scoring over those two any day of the week. Good work by Yedlin. We're on attacking, but yet no one is making any runs forward. That's infuriating. Yedlin, good play. And he's lost it. It's that final touch. Cornet, hit one. Oh my word, that's a belter from Maxwell Cornet. Good grief. I'll absolutely take that as an equaliser. Thank you very much. DeAndre Yedlin, you deserve all the credit in the world. That's brilliant. He smacked it off the back of his own of Etienne Capoue. And that is an absolute thunder ladies private area from Maxwell Cornet. Good, brilliant work from Yedlin. He made that chance all on his own, and Cornet just smashed it into the top corner. And it's 1-1. He would have options if someone would run in the right direction. Here's Burke. Good play, Oliver Burke. Brilliant save by Aurelio Gomez, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say. Needs to hold it up because there's no one making a... That's an awful pass from Schlupp. Try again. And he's done it again. Right, Jeffrey, if you could just stick to defending, please. That'd be brilliant. Neves, if you could stick to... Oh, God, we can't pass a football. This is bad. This is very bad. As Carrillo comes forward. Yedlin looks to get back, and DeAndre Yedlin, there is something about you, sir, as that is going to be the last action of the first half. Another 1-1 at the break. Pereira. Block. And now we're in early on here with Burke. He's got no support. He does. He's got Cornet arriving, and it's 2-1. As quick as you like. Maxwell Cornet has gone and only scored the goal that's put us in front, the big legend. 2 goals for the Frenchman. We break straight from a Watford kickoff. Lovely ball in behind. Burke is in, plays it across, and Cornet goes with the outside of the boot for reasons, but it doesn't matter because it's in the back of the net. And for the first time this episode we have a lead. Lovely finish from Cornet. Capoue. Pereira stopped by Shelby. Good play. Burke. That's a fantastic ball from Martinez, who takes it down brilliantly. Lautaro Martinez, it's 3-1. 3-1, Martinez with the goal. And that is the cushion that we needed. Not that we necessarily deserve. Well, we do deserve it in regards to our start at the beginning of the second half. Lautaro Martinez, 2 goals in 2 games. He's having the Babacar effect when he first arrived. What a ball that is from Oliver Burke. Great touch from Martinez. And he just slots it underneath Aurelio Gomez. Where's the ball? I can't... Where? There it is. Great touch. And pops it underneath, through the legs of Gomez. 3-1.
For me, it's crying out for them to force
Lejeune, good tackle. Martinez looks to feed Burke. Are we in for a fourth here? Oliver Burke, we are. It's 4-1. What is going on? Oliver Burke, 57 minutes played, and it's 4-1. How has this happened? I'll not complain. Burke with the assists and now with a goal of his own. This is very good. I don't know what I was worried about. Neves to Burke. Now Martinez. No real support, so he can have to go on his own. He's capable. He's very capable. He is very capable. Although he can't put it past the goalkeeper after a fine run. Oh, Maguire's passes per Martinez. Now Cornet. Just to drill it across. Looking for Sista. Jesus Christ, that's very scrappy. Oh, we've got a corner. Which will be taken by Ncham. Don't even know if he's any good at it, but Ncham with it. That's not a bad delivery, to be fair. No, so he says. Batshuayi on his own. Lejeune wins it back. They've given it away though. Here's Haidara.
They've got it back as soon as they
Martinez
gave it
getting
away.
very crowded. Here's Moreno, who does well to make some space for himself. Here's Martinez, he looks to spin away. Martinez! Brilliant save by Gomez. As we tick into stoppage time, 2 minutes of added time to be played. The points have been ours since the 60-minute mark. But can Watford get a consolation here with Bayern? No, Haidara makes the tackle, smacks it upfield, and that will do it. A much better performance in that second half, as we really dominated. And we scored, what, 3 goals in about 10 minutes? Cornet, 2 goals in the game. Martinez gets 1 and Burke gets 1. Our front 3 all on the score sheet. After we went behind to a Michi Batshuayi goal. It was lovely build-up, to be fair, from Watford. But they couldn't handle us in that second half, and we take full advantage. And a win like that's never bad for the old goal difference, as we move up to 5th. 7 points from 3 games. City and Arsenal with a perfect record. We are unbeaten though, which is fine. So immediately, not the best news for transfers of Sessegnon and Odegaard, as negotiations for those have broken down entirely. But we do have an update for Under and Woodburn, so let's go and have a look at those. So Under, they want 12 million, which seems fairly reasonable for his rating. So let's try and renegotiate that down a little bit. I want to get him on a 3-year deal. We'll bring that down to around 10.2. Bring the salary down a little bit and see what he says to that. Odegaard, no chance. Sessegnon, no chance. I'm sick of trying to sign him. Ben Woodburn, that's his release fee. Let's renegotiate that contract a little bit. I think, yeah, 500,000. That should be fine. And here we are, transfer deadline day. Shouldn't be looking to make too many signings. It'll either be one of Under or Woodburn, or maybe both, depending on how we go. Well, there have been updates in their transfers, so let's go and have a look at those, shall we? Yep, they are happy enough with the 10.3. Our Roma, as are Liverpool for Woodburn. You know what? Why not just sign both of them? We have the cash, and we will need squad depth for this season. So, Cengiz Under, we're going to bring you in. That's going to take 2 hours. That's fine. As we sign Under, and we still have plenty of cash left to go. So there we go. Cengiz Under, the latest addition to this Newcastle United squad, as he will provide good cover for the likes of Cornet and Burke on those wide areas. But now it's time to go and make our second signing of the window, or of deadline day. Benjamin Woodburn, you sir are upgrading from Liverpool to Newcastle United. You will get game time. There was plenty of cup games to play. So Ben Woodburn, I am for 3.5 million. You sir are going to come in as well. You have no idea how much it saddens me that a lad significantly younger than me is going to be making that amount of money per year, and is being highly thought of to have been paid for a team to pay 3.5 million for. Slightly upsetting, but you know, we'll crack on. So I think that will do it for deadline day. We don't want to make any more. We don't need to make any more signings. The squad is now bulging. That's not the best word to have used. So we will just skip past deadline day on to the 1st of September. So that will do it for this episode of the PES 2018 Master League with Newcastle United. An eventful episode where we brought in some signings, played some games, and we all had a jolly good time. Although, just looking at the calendar at the side, the next episode is going to be absolutely mad. So let's have a quick look at the schedule. We play our first Champions League game of the series against Steaua Bucharest. And then after that, my word, we have a Tyne-Wear derby against Sunderland away at the Stadium of Light. And then we will be, my word, and it just keeps getting bigger. Then we have Manchester United. So there will be 3 games in the next episode. Steaua Bucharest, Sunderland and Manchester United. And then after that we have Bayern and Arsenal. God, it really doesn't get any easier. But that's what we wanted. We wanted a challenge, and that's exactly what we're going to get. So thank you all once again so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, do hit that subscribe button and give this video a big old thumbs up and hit the bell icon so you know of any new videos that we do. So until then, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.